The Bloomington and your Eagan Wildcats. Let's meet our starting lineups, beginning with the visitors. In goal, number 1, Carson Weiler. On defense, number 3, Kevin Graff. On defense, number 6, Bennett Lindman. At forward, number 5, Mason Van Brunt. At forward, number 16, Owen Baker. And at forward, number 21, Caden Larson. Head coach of the Jaguars is Matt Elson, assisted by Trey Douglas, Dave Malang, and Jake Herbich.
One game might be a blip on the screen, but 2 games is a trend, and the Wildcats of Eagan will look to make tonight a trend, going in the right direction with 2 wins in a row for the first time on this early season. Hello, everybody. My name is Nathan Cron. I'm in the house here at the Eagan Civic Arena with my broadcast partner, Mike Cook. and an award-winning ETV crew bringing you what we would call South Suburban Conference action. Of course, this is not a conference game for your Eagan Wildcats, but the Bloomington Jefferson Jaguars have ventured down I-Net 494, and they lock horns tonight with the Wildcats here in Eagan. And Mike, tonight we've got quite the set to between these two opponents. These are, of course, section opponents.
They are, and you look at this Section 3AA that both these schools are part of, and very likely that, it's only December 13th today, but this could end up deciding, are you a 4 seed? Are you a 5 seed 2 months from now when the postseason action begins? But there's a long ways to go before we get there. As you look at the Eagan Wildcats wearing the 3rd jerseys tonight, the Grays, of course. Jefferson wearing the traditional Columbia blues. Thankfully, they are never messing with that uniform, I hope, because that is a classic throughout Minnesota State High School hockey. But Eagle Wildcats, back-to-back nights. They were in here last night, emerged with a 2-1 win over Farmington. It was a game they outshot the Tigers 42-16, dominated for most of that game, but did not get the game winner until there were 39.9 seconds left. Hudson Kerr, Briley Koink-Prong doing the honors. Kerr slid a pass over. Prong took one whack at it, knocked his rebound in, and the Cats escape with a 2-1 win over the Farmington Tigers. Jefferson 2-2. They have not played in 6 days, so we'll see if that lag has any effect on the visitors from Hennepin County.
Wildcats, of course, Mike, nursing a couple of key injuries as Grayson Robbins is out with an upper body injury, and Danny Lockenmeyer was injured in the Farmington game with a lower body injury. So 2 important parts of the Wildcat forward top, probably 2 of their top 6 forwards coming into the season are on the shelf tonight, and that means next man up for these players here in gray.
Absolutely, 2 of the top 3 scorers really on this squad. I think Robbins has 4 goals, Lockenmeyer 3. So that moves number 9, Colin O'Leary. He's going to play on that top line with 22, A.J. Clark, and 14, Eddie Moore. As Jefferson with an opportunity in the Wildcat zone, nearly a bad turnover by the home team. Jefferson looking opportunity, shot. That goes just wide. Jack Schneider had between the pipes tonight. He might have got a piece of that one as it whistled by off the stick of Dylan Smid for Jefferson. Puck back out to neutral, where the Jags are able to dump it back in. Cats are going to be forced to regroup. Cats did a much better job last night of moving the puck around, going a little more stick to stick. Still plenty of improvement available as Clark slides that one across, nobody there. Carson Weiler got his first varsity win for Jefferson last time out. That was a 5-2 win up at Hopkins. So you said the Jags, they are 2-2. Mason Van Brunt, number 5, and Bennett Lindman, number 6. 2 of the top goal scorers for the Jags. Those 2 combined for 3 of the 5 goals in that win against the Royals. And Jefferson's just going to dump that one in. Did not cross the center. Actually, I think it went up into the Wildcat bench. Face off just outside of the Eagan Wildcats. As we saw 27, Owen Wood skating off for the Wildcats. He's paired up with Isaac Martin on the blue line tonight. Blake Prouty, Lance Murray, also a defensive duo for the Wildcats. And Lance Murray last night, Eagan scores that game winner with just under 40 seconds to go. Murray defensively made a great job with 4 to 2-on-1 for Farmington. They probably would have had a good opportunity for the Tigers to tie it, but just an outstanding play by the Eagan captain.
Well, Jefferson 2-2 on this young season. The Wildcats 3-4. So the Wildcats haven't had too many games this season, but the Jags have even fewer games. So they're still figuring out where they want to be here and what kind of goal scoring they can expect, what kind of character, what kind of flavor they have for this team as well. So early in the season for both teams.
Carson Weiler there, we said he's a 6'1", 170. He'll be the netminder tonight for the Jags. Stanky got a little ice time there, number 26 in, I want to say in white, but they're wearing the gray tonight. So right now, Owen Wood, Isaac Martin back at the point for the Cats, but here come the Jags. There's Van Brunt leading the rush, number 5. Deep into the zone. Van Brunt is just a sophomore. And something, he's one of those kids you're going to hear a lot about before he graduates from Jefferson High School. Coach was speaking very highly of him pregame. Here's Martin for the Cats. They let go all the way down for an ice. Arm is in the air. Whistle is blown. And face-off will come back to the right of Jack Schneiderhan. 13:42 to go. Opening period on ATV. Owen Wood, Wildcat defender. 5'10", 170 they list Owen at. Shots on goal, 2-1 in favor of the Wildcats. Here we are, very early stages. Cats outshot Farmington 42-16 last night. Shot was stopped in traffic. He's got a battle for it right in front of the student section, trying to come away with it. Briley Point-Pronk, 24. With A.J. Clark, 22. On in front, couldn't quite connect that time. Man was coming down the slot. Shot by Moore, glove by Weiler, face-off. Coming in the Jefferson zone.
Yeah, already Lance Murray, number 18 for the Wildcats, showing how dangerous he is. Check at 16, I'm sorry. 16, Jensen and Murray are out there at the same time. These numbers from a distance look a little challenging, but 16, Murray has already a couple of times created offense, and right there, Moore cleaned up, the rebound and threw it on net.
All the way down there, no icing. A puck was touched on the way. So Blake Prouty back for the Wildcats. Joseph Kubas, number 9 for the Jags, in on the try to get it on the forecheck. Kubas, one of the many seniors on this Jefferson squad, and the Wildcats just a hair offsides. Blake Prouty, junior defenseman. No points yet this season for Mr. Prouty. Matter of time, though. Yeah, solid defensively this year.
It's only a matter of time. The question is, can the Wildcats, you mentioned last night playing Farmington, having 42 shots on goal, but only getting 2 goals.
Right.
Can the Wildcats get, substantial shots per period and make them count? That's been their challenge. Was a challenge last game against Park when we were broadcasting. They actually outshot Park, but lost decisively on the scoreboard.
Actually, the Wildcats have been outscored 32-16 this year. That averages just 2.28 goals per game, while allowing almost 4.6. And those are not because of bad goaltending. Their defense has been too many lapses. It hasn't been a whole lot, but it's just enough to where other teams have had golden opportunities. Really a Prior Lake the other night, a couple of just perfect passes that Schneiderhan had no chance on. Yeah. Tonight's another night as we're 5 minutes into a scoreless hockey game here from the Eagan Civic Arena. Rebound in front. Didn't quite poke that one in. Was Point-Pronk for the Wildcats. Other couldn't get the paw down just in time. Jags the other way. Van Brunt backhand. Schneiderhan gets it on the second effort. Gave up a hair of a rebound, but Prouty there to clean up. So Jefferson's Aiden Larson could not clean up for the Jags. Nice rush that time by the Jags, but even better that time was Prouty. You saw him coming back, stayed with his man.
Well, at this level, Mike, mistakes are punished by goals. They're punished by the other team having scoring opportunities and goals, I should say. And so the Wildcats, as you said, have just made a few too many mistakes. And the other teams they're playing are simply too skilled and too good. They're going to burn them. The Wildcats have got to play, I wouldn't say a perfect game, but they've got to play a very good game to be competitive night in and night out. They might get by with a less than perfect game, but they got to be as close as they can for this team to be successful long term.
Well, the Jags were offsides as Van Brunt was forced to delay ever so briefly at the blue line. A couple of his teammates across the blue line. Easy call for the officials as saw Colin O'Leary heading off number 9 in gray. And the Cats are going to bring out Jake Wook on the ice, number 23 here at bottom of your screen. He and Garrett Koken are on that third line, and they're kind of going to rotate some other guys in there tonight. That'll be Ben Stanky, and he's 26. Jake Coleman is 13. We expect to see a lot of rotation of them. Might see a little bit of Andrew Dahl, although he played 3 periods of JV. So he's only going to have 1 period of varsity available tonight. Jefferson controls deep in the Wildcat zone. This is Kubas looking for the wraparound. Schneiderhan is there. Puck is loose. Scramble. We've got a goal, Jags. Schneiderhan none too happy. Looking for an explanation. 6:02, time of the tally.
We'll have to see who cashed that in. And we have a camera on that end. Let's see what we can see here, whether that puck crosses the line before the net is dislodged. The puck's there, the puck's there, the puck's there. Oh, it's simultaneous. I think that's probably a good goal, but oh my heavens.
Let's take a look.
Still couldn't tell who scored the goal, though.
Yeah, that's a good goal.
I think it's a good goal, although I think Schneiderhan's going to say, wait a minute, someone comes piling into me.
Yeah, there
what
might
am I
have
supposed to do?
yeah.
But at the same time, you know, Eagan bench not making the argument.
Scoring for Jefferson, number 12, Jordan Wang. Assist number 9, Joseph Kubas. Wang from Kubas.
Jordan Wang gets credit for the Jefferson goal, number 12. Kubas, the lone assist, as the Jags go up 1-0. Back into the Wildcat zone. And for Wang, that is goal number 3 for Jefferson, a team-leading goal number 3.
Well, credit to the Jags. They stayed with that. It's so easy sometimes to assume that the keeper's got it. Yet
Well, Weiler had that one, and he got a little extra from Lance Murray. And Lance is going to sit for 2 minutes. Weiler with a little wave of the glove. And the Jefferson student section also waving goodbye to Murray. Jefferson to get the first power play opportunity of the game. Penalty comes at 6:41 of period number 1. It's 39 seconds after the goal. As we take a look at the extracurricular.
It's soft. If this was soccer, I would say it's soft, but it's a penalty, right? I mean, it's also a penalty you call early in the game so that you tamp down any shenanigans later in the game, right? That's, you know, it's the referees asserting their control over the game and making sure that it doesn't devolve.
Slashing, by the way, the official call on Murray. Bloomington Jefferson on the power play. This is not a misprint. 6.6%.
So in a game with the Wildcats actually have a better statistical power play at 9.1%.
Correct. As for the penalty kill, well, the Wildcats are far worse than the Jags. Eagan's penalty kill, 47.6%. That's anemic.
That's challenging.
Anemic, brutal, challenging. Pick your own adjective there. And we've got a whistle because we've got a roughing call coming up on somebody. Time of the infraction will be 7:41. And looks like Jefferson's number 13, Dylan Larson, going to the sin bin for a couple of minutes. So we'll play 4-on-4 for a minute. The Cats will have a 1-minute power play.
Yeah, I have to say that's really for Larson. That's really a bad penalty to take. I mean, you're set up in the offensive zone. You're set up in the offensive zone. You have control of the puck. You have a power play, and you're going to go and do something to draw a roughing call. It's just not smart hockey. He's got to make better decisions than that. If you know, he's got to make better decisions than that.
Absolutely.
And I don't think I'm saying anything very controversial there.
Not at all. Here's Prouty for the Wildcats. Stop, spins, tried to get it across just behind Blake Prong, who got in behind a defender, but the puck was about a stride behind. Hustling over that time for the Wildcats, 17 in gray. Charlie Forrester up there 4-on-4 for the Wildcats. Forrester fans on that attempt. Back in front, Jags. Schneiderhan, no. Here's Forrester with the puck. By the way, happy birthday, Charlie Forrester. Jefferson controlling in the neutral zone. 5 seconds to go at 4-on-4. And the Cats will be on the PP for a minute, which starts right now. Hustling in that time, Jefferson's 21. Larson couldn't get a shot off. And the Eagan Wildcats and Lance Murray will start out from behind their own net. First power play opportunity of the evening for the home team. Far side Prouty, he'll leave it from Murray. Murray near side, that's Moore. Eddie Moore looking to get in front. Sent it in front, got it through, but a nice stop by Weiler. He read that shot well as Murray was cruising down the slot. Jefferson cannot clear. Yes, they can. Opportunity for a little bit of a break. Just a hair off sides was Caden Larson. Good call by the official as, again, Van Brunt just had to kind of dipsy a little bit with the puck. And it was just enough to prevent a awesome scoring chance.
Yeah, Larson's going to get called for the offside, but the real penalty or the real party foul, if you will, is on his teammate for delaying right there just before he got the blue line. There's a real opportunity for the Jags, and it goes begging.
Back down. 19 to go, man advantage, Wildcats. Prouty battles in the corner with Owen Baker, 16 in blue. Cats looking for one more rush, Colin O'Leary. Liberty can't quite get it past Baker. Cats forced to regroup. And both teams are about to be 0 for 1 with a man advantage this evening. As O'Leary dumps it in deep. 7:14 to go here. Opening period. 1-0 Jefferson on Eagan TV. Murray echoes wide. O'Leary was side of the cage, but he was tied up. Can Jefferson get it out of their own zone? They can. Jags are going to change up. Looks like just one player behind. They wanted to do more, but Cats coming in. Shot. That whistle just wide. Cats nearly getting the equalizer coming down that slot. I think that was Cronk. No, it wasn't. It was Clark. Cats trying to keep the sustained pressure down in the Jefferson end. Weiler's been like head on a swivel right now, going left, right, looking behind him. Jags, can they get it out? And they're ringing around the far side off the stick of Lindman. And out. Cats will be forced to tag. Going to change one player, are the Eagan Wildcats. Jefferson's going to make a 4-player change as the puck deep into the Wildcat zone. Briefly. Here come the Cats the other way. This is Stanky. Then tries to dump it in ahead. Jake Wood going to give chase. Won't get there. Far side. For 21 in gray, that's Garrett Colkin. Jags coming down the other way. Drop pass. Kind of a weak fluttering shot. Schneiderhan reads that well and probably wisely hangs on. 5:51 to go in the first.
Yeah, an opportunity for the Wildcats after that was a sustained shift for the Jefferson Jaguars. Opportunity for the Wildcats to reset their teams, reset their lines. It's not a bad idea coming out of those offsetting, if you will, penalties that we recently had. But I think the Wildcats, anytime there's a good stoppage of play, the Wildcats seem to benefit from it, lets them reset and gets them organized. And I think that sometimes can be a bit of a challenge as they're trying to do so much to try to be successful.
Deep into the Jaguar zone once again. Knocked off the puck. That was Graff doing the honors for Jefferson, taking out a Eagan player. Kept in nicely. Murray from the circle. That one deflected on the way in. Might have went off of Smith. Cats get it back. Quick shot. And Weiler there. That'll be Coink Prong. Good opportunity. Better read by the goalie.
I like Murray on the outside, cutting to the outside. He gets it on his forehand. He's actually not shooting. I think he's going, you see Coink Prong's shot there, but I actually think that Murray was going across crease. He was looking for somebody on that back door. It just didn't come off, but I like the creativity.
More on the draw for the Wildcats, won by the Jags. However, it was kept in by Prouty back at the blue line. Just over 5 to go opening period here on ETV. Upended Wildcat, a couple of the parents looking for a call, none forthcoming. Just one penalty aside thus far. And neither team able to convert. Jefferson tries to bring it into the zone with Baker. Schneiderhan watches that one slide through. Kept in that time far side. Schmitz for, almost said for Farmington. And it's 2-1 Jaguars, all alone in the slot. Schneiderhan, not much of a chance.
The defense sagged too much. They just sagged too much. He was, I wouldn't say alone in the house. I think that's Baker. It's Baker 16, yep. I think it's Baker. Look at Baker on the left side of your screen. Defense just sagged. He has an opportunity to receive the puck, square it up, get it on his, watch him here. Get a great look from our ETV crew. Look at him square up. The defense has got to be closer to him. He got a shot off because the defense was just too far back.
12-18 time of that one, 2-0 Jags.
Scoring for Jefferson, number 16, Owen Baker. Single assist to number 5, Mason Van
Van Brunt gets the lone assist on that one.
Van Brunt at 12-18.
And it's 2-0 for the Jaguars. And for Baker, that's his first of the year. He does have a couple of helpers. Shots, by the way, 9-5 in favor of the Wildcats, but it's 2-0 Jefferson where it matters the most.
And I hate to say it, but that's what we were talking about a little bit earlier about how the Wildcats put shots on goal, but they don't make their punches tell, if you want to use that metaphor. The Wildcats have got to get one in here.
Saw Charlie Bartz come down for Jefferson. He almost able to tip one in. The Wildcat defense kind of sleeping just a little bit on that series. And that's going to go wide of the cage off the stick of Hudson Kerr. And Kerr out there with Briley Koink-Prong and Peyton Jensen. Jensen number 18. And we got a penalty upcoming on, I believe it's going to be on the Wildcats. Speaking of is it Jensen that's going to go? No, it's not Jensen. It's, I think it's going to be Koink-Prong that's going to sit for the Wildcats.
I did not see the infraction. It was in the corner to our left.
Kind of behind the goal there. Yeah, the arm was already up.
Arm's already up there.
But I don't think he got a hook behind the net. 13:30 time of the infraction. Well, already down by 2. Cats on a crucial early kill upcoming for the Eagan Wildcats. A slash is going to be the call, by the way, for the penalty. Jefferson up top, near side. This is Franklin Schmitz. Schmitz, he'll shoot from there. That went just wide. Schneider, and I think got a piece of that on the way through. Dylan Smith up top, it won't get out to him as Jefferson shoots. Now Smith's going to have to come over, and he'll have to race back and get the puck. Smith, one of the captains on this squad, along with Joey Kubas, number 9, and Owen Baker, 16. Full head of steam into the zone as Kubas stops, spins, back up top. Long shot, that hit traffic on the way through, never got there. Smith off of his stick. Jefferson opportunity, back across. Just missing on the tip was Baker. Jefferson had that one set up nicely. From the dot, down low. And they're just going to send it back up. Here's Schmid. Schmid. 48 to go, man advantage. Schmid, he'll shoot. That was blocked in front by Clark. Puck does stay in the Wildcat zone momentarily. And Cats are going to make a 3-player change on the kill. Jags are going to get 3 fresh offensive players up. Schmidt's opportunity, and it's 3-0 Jaguars. Anybody seeing the Wildcat defense? Smith behind everybody. 15 minutes even time of that one on the power play. And the Jags up by a field goal.
Well, Mike, I'm going to dig deep here. If there's good news, it's that we still have 2 periods of hockey to play.
Exactly.
These Wildcats have a chance to turn it around, but it's going to take a real change defensively, a real change from a mentality standpoint. They can't take penalties they shouldn't take. They need to make sure that they're finding people in the defensive zone.
From Kubas at 15 minutes.
Kubas, by the way, the lone assist. That's his second of the night. Now we're down to 95 seconds to go in this opening period. We said 3-0 Bloomington Jefferson. And here they go again. Here's Van Brunt with an opportunity. Shadowed nicely. That goes just wide. Schneider had not the prettiest to save, but it did work. Well, you look at the teams right now, and you can tell who's got the 3-goal lead right now, just watching out there.
The Wildcats need to get into the locker room and regroup.
Absolutely. And that'll help. Jefferson's going to get called for a penalty. They're going to get Van Brunt, I believe, on a cross check. That's what you call one of those penalties that the coaches are going to let you know that was not a wise play, shall we say. So
I was checking from behind, or a roughing call.
Yeah, cross-check, they got him.
Cross-check, yep. So real opportunity here for the Wildcats. If they somehow, on this power play, sneak a goal in before the end of the period, how big a momentum change would that be for these Wildcats?
Of course, then they get that, if they don't get it, they will have it coming right out into the second period. But Eddie Moore on the draw for the Wildcats, number 14.
A minor penalty has been assessed.
There's O'Leary.
Number 5.
Colin O'Leary's going to send it down deep. I believe that's Moore.
Number 5. Van Brunt.
Murray up top, so he get the pass from Clark. Clark's going to circle. And Clark will continue to circle. Up front, Murray. Never got good wood on that, but it got through. Rebound opportunity. Prouty couldn't connect. Jags will send it down with 30 seconds to go in the opening period on ETV. Murray, he overskated it, but this is going to be Clark. 22 in gray. Stop, spin. 17 in the period. Try to get it across behind Prouty. Down low, Eddie Moore. And the Cats get a shot off. A Weiler went off of him up into the netting. Cats will have one more opportunity with the face-off in the Jefferson zone. As you look at Wildcat captain Lance Murray, or one of the captains, I should say, he and Eddie Moore wear the C's. Daniel Achtenmeyer wearing the A, but unfortunately Danny out for a while with that lower body injury. Just got to get that draw and get it back to O'Leary at the point, is what the Wildcats are going to want to do. If Kumas, you just fall on it, or you win the draw. That works too. And Bloomington Jefferson will go to the locker room with a 3-0 lead over the Eagan Wildcats.
I honestly, coming into this game, Mike Cook, I mean, the Jefferson Jaguars are a quality hockey team. I didn't see them hanging 3 on us in the first period, right? I just did not see that.
No.
The Wildcat defense a couple of times now has really fallen down, and they've created scoring opportunities, especially the last 2 goals. I'd say the last 2 goals for sure are situations where the defense really needs to step up and really needs to jump on stuff, and they did. Well, now they have a chance to talk about it. They have a chance to focus on it, a chance to just win the next period, and then win the next period after that. Don't worry about the first period, just win the next 2 periods, and things will take care of themselves.
You can only get 1 goal at a time. The Cats are going to have a golden opportunity when we come back. You're watching Eagan Wildcat Hockey on ETV.
We've come a long way since 1963. In 1963, the Eagan Fire Department was born. with just 41 brave souls and a dream. They started with little more than determination and a 1942 military surplus fire engine named Jenny.
We've grown from a small volunteer department to a part-time paid department, one of the biggest in the state, to a combination department of full-time and part-time. And now we're all career, all full-time, here to respond from the stations 24 hours a day, every day of the year.
Eagan's firefighters actively engage with the community at events like National Night Out, the Food Truck Festival, and our biggest event of the year, our Fire Prevention Week open house. Our open house is still our biggest event as far as welcoming people into our station, talking about safety, kids having fun, and learning safety at the same time, getting their fire hats. We visit every school in Eagan. We're everywhere throughout the city. On weeknights, we're working with Girl Scout and Brownie and Cub Scout groups that'll either come to our station or we'll stop at their school. We back some military fun runs where we'll hang a flag off our ladder and support that. There's so many different events that we do in the city, and we work hand in hand a lot with our Parks Department at a lot of their events. So there's a great partnership in the city with public safety and other departments, and we're all Team Eagan. Our success is a result of the strong bonds we've built with our community. We're here when you need us the most.
It doesn't matter where we go, if it's a school, if it's a community center event, the community always make us feel like we're supported.
Thank you, Eagan firefighters!
We've had some of the best firefighters in the state of Minnesota go through these doors and serve the residents and visitors to Eagan, and we're very proud of them and what they've achieved.
Likes to prioritize sustainability throughout events in a variety of ways. This year at the Eagan Food Truck Festival, we partnered with Our Cup, which is a reusable cup company specializing in events that helps us divert any single-use plastic cups.
Our Cup's mission is to create the platform, infrastructure, and movement for the reuse economy. We offer a reuse service that's simple and convenient. We make it so events like this can use reusable cups or containers. We'll take all of them back to our facility, wash them, and then get them redeployed for the next event.
I think that that's the ultimate joy of our Cup is helping our clients, helping these events, helping Eagan Food Truck Fest achieve its sustainability goals in a measurable way.
We are one of the first events in Dakota County that has used Our Cup at a large event. They're here on site at events to help reduce as much single-use plastic as we can, and we couldn't be more thrilled that they're here to help us this year at the Eagan Food Truck Festival.
Eagan Parks and Recreation has a system that we all should be very proud of. 35 years ago, the original park plan established really the core principles of how this park system was developed. It's set up to be really balanced across the city. Over 82% of the city has a park within a 10-minute walk to every home.
In terms of the greatest asset that Eagan has, parks are often referenced, and we're excited about that. It's why we need to continue to invest in those parks to make sure they continue to provide quality services for our residents.
It was about 25 years ago, Eagan saw a huge growth. And during that time, the voters of Eagan voted to have a referendum to pay for several large recreation facilities. And those are many of what we're talking about today in terms of what now is at that age that needs to be redeveloped to really create that next 20 years of recreation for our community.
So over the next few years, you're going to see significant investment being made in 3 facilities: Goat Hill Park, the new Art House, and the Eagan Community Center, and we're really excited about the services we're going to be able to continue to provide to our community. Right now, we are looking ahead to building the new roof over the Goat Hill refrigerated ice. We will hope to finish that this year so we can have it in place for the hockey season and skating season coming up this winter.
This is a great partnership with the Eagan Hockey Association. The new park shelter building is not just going to be an ice rink. It's going to be an outdoor refrigerated ice rink in the wintertime, but in the summertime, it will be a nice building that people can rent for family gatherings. So it will have a wide range of opportunities to meet a lot of different needs.
I've loved the Art House since the very beginning. I started there at the Art House in 2011, and it just is something for everyone.
The Eagan Art House, a facility that really for many years has been operated out of a 1,200 square foot house. The growth of our art programs and artists across the city and region has really created a demand for so much more. Really, the time is now to create a specialized art facility that will help meet that demand.
I feel very passionate about the need for a new art house and opportunities it'll provide for people for their creative wellness.
In the community center, that was originally designed to be, this meeting place, and I think over the years it's expanded. Also, like the Market Fest and the grounds outside of it, a great entire melting pot of the city. You go there for a Market Fest, you got all different ages and backgrounds, and it's a nice little cross section of Eagan to get everyone in an event together.
The Eagan Community Center, really a pinnacle of our park system. You'll see people in there from 8 months old to over 80 years old. It all comes down to the community and doing things that keeps them active and healthy.
Welcome back inside the Eagan Civic Arena, where after 1, Bloomington Jefferson 3, Eagan Wildcats 0. A first period that was 9 shots apiece, but the boys there in the Columbia Blue, they got 3 of them that went, as a friend of mine told me to say, they went to the hizzy. So it's 3-0 Jags, and we think we've got replay coming up, but we'll find out. But Jack Schneider had the Eagan goal. He hasn't had a whole lot of chances tonight on those goals. This might have been his best opportunity, but again, the defense was right there, just poking it away with Jefferson. Eagan with an opportunity that time. Good shot. Charlie Weiler pitching the shutout thus far. Check that, Carson Weiler, I should say, pitching the shutout. And then just Schmitz behind the defense. Power play goal, 2 minutes to go in the period. 3-0 Jags, but Todd Carlson's Eagan Wildcats, they've got a power play of 101 here to start the second period, Nathan Cron. And you don't want to say it's a must-score opportunity, but it kind of is.
No, you don't want to say that it's a must-score opportunity. That being said, it's obviously very important. Look, as you said, as we were going out of the break of the first and into the first intermission, you can't score 3 goals at once. You can only score 1 goal at a time. So the Wildcats need to get 1 goal, and then from there they can do something else. They can try to get 2 and 3, etc. So just focus on getting 1 goal. Get control of the puck, get into the Jefferson end, and make good things happen.
As we mentioned, Schneider having those saves, but Eagan making a goalie switch. Gabe Gly now between the pipes for the Wildcats, number 1. At 15 saves on 16 shots last night in that win over Farmington. 36 to go, man advantage for the Wildcats, moving left to right. Wearing those gray third sweaters. And Jefferson nearly on the turnover. Jefferson is with a turnover. Gly first save opportunity, and he actually makes it as Kubas was stopped on what would have been a short-handed goal for the Jefferson Jaguars.
Yeah, welcome to the Gabe Gly.
Absolutely.
Not exactly what the doctor ordered for the Wildcats.
He had the turnover in neutral, and then in comes Jefferson. By the way, Eagan is on the power play. There's 2 more quick saves for Gly, as the Jaguar penalty killers have 3 shot attempts in this 45 seconds of the opening period. And Jefferson keeps it again. Make that 4 shots on goal for the Jags. Murray and the Cats, another turnover. Jefferson able to kick it back out. Clark had it. Here comes Murray for Eagan. Murray with a shot that went off the skate of a defender, Schmitz. And puck back out, couldn't be kept in by the Wildcats. Jefferson, by the way, full strength. One could argue you couldn't tell they weren't.
Well, not after that penalty kill. That was a magnificent penalty kill by the Jags. Not only did they kill off the penalty, they actually created some stress for Gly and the Wildcat defense, but Wildcats have been, I think, a little bit better, if I'm honest, 5-on-5 this game. So let's see how they do 5-on-5.
Yeah, I would agree 100% with that statement. Prouty tries to get it over to O'Leary in front of the Wildcat bench. O'Leary can't control. Can Jefferson get the puck out? Off the boards, kept in. On their knees, puck does finally squirt out. And numbers for the Jags if they hurry. Across, nice defensive play by Lance Murray for the Wildcats. And whoa, that was tipped up. That might have been a high stick anyway, had it went through, but Van Brunt with the opportunity.
Yeah, Murray understood the assignment. It was don't let this guy shoot, don't let him pass.
Colin O'Leary carries it and leaves it for Clark. Reminder, the Wildcats played last night. It was a 2-1 game over Farmington that was decided with 39.9 seconds to go. Jags have been off for 6 days. Is that a factor tonight? I don't know.
Oh, it's a brilliant play behind the net by the Wildcats.
Martin tried to get a big save that time, Weiler. And they were trying to get it through that time to number 9, O'Leary. And out it comes. This is Frine leading the rush. Guy kicks that one aside. Moore for the Wildcats. We'll check that. That's Hudson Kerr. He draws the penalty. Eagan's going to go on the power play for the third time tonight. And you got Hudson Kerr just wheeling through neutral. Really forcing that play. As you look at, there is the trip. And sitting for Jefferson will be Garrett Fest. Number 18. Big forward there for Jefferson.
Another big opportunity now. I mean, that wasn't a bad penalty to take. I mean, Moore's blowing past you, or excuse me, Kerr is blowing past him, and he's going to create offense. At least that penalty made some sense. But at the same time, it gives the Wildcats yet another opportunity to get this power play set up and finally find the back of the net.
Tripping the official call. Here's Eddie Moore in deep for the Wildcats. He's got Colin O'Leary now behind the net. Watched closely by a couple of Jags. There's Schmitz and Smid. And intercepted that time by Kubas. Took that one away from Clark.
Clark had to see that coming. He's just got to be more careful with that puck.
Clark still has it with $1:25 to go, man advantage. I should say Clark had it. Puck pops up back into the zone. Prouty will try to regroup.
There was not enough movement the last time the Wildcats were in the offensive zone. Not enough movement. Too much standing around. They've got to be able to move off the puck if they're going to create space for themselves.
Moore, he'll try to go down that left side. He loses the puck all the way back down. Power play anemic right now for the Eagan Wildcats. 53 to go in this man advantage. Tried to get it across, couldn't quite connect with Murray that time. Was the pass from Koken. And again, Jags trying to get something going, aggressive on the forecheck. Mason Van Brunt, 37 man advantage, Wildcats. Cats down by 3 as we're 4.5 into period number 2. Blake Prouty will go in deep from his blue line. He's taken, actually, it looks like he lost a blade. Good no call, I believe, on that one. And Jefferson out again. Cats are just a hair off sides. Koken brought the puck in just as a couple of guys were trying to get out. Good call by the official. Face-off will come outside the Eagan or the Jefferson blue line. There's 16 to go, man advantage.
Credit to the Jags on the penalty kill. They've done a great job of being disruptive. The Wildcats have not had an opportunity to really set up. I mean, in this period so far, they've had 2 power plays. They've had not had an opportunity to set up and have anything, really looking like a real power play opportunity.
Martin finally gets that one in. Hustling in is Clark. AJ's got to be a little tired. I think he's been out there this entire power play. Jefferson now at full strength as Wood keeps it in far side for Eagan. Down low, Moore. Again, Moore, quick shot that time. Clark couldn't quite connect, but I'm just going to say, Eddie Moore, one of those guys, again, he only knows one speed, and that is all out. 14 in gray.
Well, I like A.J. Clark's idea of shooting there. That's something the Wildcats holding for the perfect shot is not going to help them win this hockey game. They cannot sit there and hold for the perfect shot. They need volume of shots now, not just quality.
Clark couldn't control the puck over there by the Zamboni entrance. Jefferson will with Dylan Larson. Here come the Cats the other way after the turnover. Hustling down Isaac Martin. Martin with some speed. Martin to the goal. Weiler with a save. Rebound is there. Unable to connect are the Wildcats. I think that was Clark that came in behind. Blink Prong just blindly throws a pass and it went to the Jefferson player. Jags fortunately were tied up on the far side by Martin.
I like the creative play by Coink Prong, but unfortunately, as you said, it was blind. It went right to the Jags.
Cats coming on down. Owen Wood, he's going to lead the rush. Kerr is out there at 11. Briley Coink Prong, 24 out there up front for the Wildcats at the moment. Peyton Jensen, third man on that line. And Murray's going to have to give chase. Frine hustling in hard for Bloomington Jefferson. I think we called Frine's name in the opening period. And Frine goes to the bench. Looks like he kind of grabbed at his midsection a little bit. I don't know if took a stick to the gut, or
I think his skate got tied up on the back of the net, Mike. He came around that as he was chasing Murray. He came up awkwardly, and I think he got tripped up by the net.
And Glide with another save, this time off the shot of Kubas. Kubas, who's got a couple of assists already tonight for the Jags. And for Glide, that will be save number. Well, they've only got. Let me say it's his 4th save of the period. I think they might be a little off on that.
It seems a little light. Yeah. I think Glide's been.
And nearly 4-0 Jags. Glide got a piece of it, but fortuitous. Holman tried to bring it in. Cats were off sides. Number 13 in gray is Jake Holman, the junior. Some ice time tonight with some of the injuries.
Well, whenever you're struggling, you're never wrong by going back to the fundamentals. And fundamentally, just get it over the blue line first. Don't pass right in front of the blue line. Get it over the blue line first, and then hopefully good things happen for you.
That's Murray, sends it across on the backhand. Thought Jefferson might have had an extra guy out there, but no, they just had 5. Murray just trying to dump it back in. See if the Cats can get something set up this time as Prouty hit hard over there. It might have been Bjorklund. Another opportunity. And Weiler, another big save for the Jags to keep that shutout intact. Save number 11 for Weiler.
Now Koken pulls that trigger pretty quick. He's got a defender on him, but he manages to square it up and get it hard low. Shots like that are going to be the kinds of shots that the Wildcats are going to need. Hopefully they get some rebounds and put a few in.
Koken looking for his first of the year. He does have 1 assist. Well, as we said earlier, the Wildcats, they've struggled to score this year, averaging just 2.28 goals per game through their first 7. 5 of those games they've scored 2 goals. Scored 3 in the other 2. Shot Glide, easy save that time. He had a good look at the shot from Lindman. Hit him right in the big E.
And Lindman's body language suggesting that maybe he feels like he kind of wasted his opportunity, but you know, it's a smart thing to do. Your head 3-0, just keep throwing it on net. Hopefully good things happen.
More against Van Brunt. Can the Cats poke it out? They do. Lindman couldn't quite keep the twig on that one over the blue line. And here comes Jefferson. And Brown, you said just a sophomore, number 5. Owen Wood takes his man out behind, just almost behind the cage. And rink side pass. Clark couldn't quite control, goes off the boards. Jefferson to regroup with Lindman as we approach the halfway point of this hockey game. 3-0 Jefferson. All goals coming in the opening period here from, as the kid call it, the litter box. Glide gets the save off of Frine.
Gabe Glide living right. Let's see
exactly.
He's well off sides. Am I missing something? At the beginning of that replay, that's an excellent effort by Glide, to be fair, but I wish I could see that one more time, only because it sure looked like he was offside.
I did not see it. I heard some of the fans were definitely agreeing with you on that. As here it comes again.
Well, yeah. He's well offside. I mean, by a good step and a half. Oh boy, if they had scored there, we would have had some major controversy here. I mean, I know it'd be 4-0, but come on.
Well, the Cats looking to get that goose egg off of the home side. Centered across Briley. How did Weiler get that one? That might make a highlight somewhere in the Jefferson Jaguar season in review.
I sure hope so. That was magnificent. It was a great pass by Jensen. It was a great shot by Briley Point Prong. I mean, he did exactly what you wanted him to do.
I hope we'll have a replay on that one, even though it's the other team. Point Prong couldn't quite control. Back out to neutral. And back into the zone. Glide steers that one to the side for Lance Murray. But Jefferson changed a couple of players as the puck goes down. No icing, they're going to say.
Yeah, it was touched at center ice, so.
Just the one penalty this period. That was on Bloomington Jefferson early in this frame. And Murray kind of throws it out. Jefferson throws it back in. Jags will get finish up that line change as they put, actually they just changed a couple of defensemen that time. Shot through. Again, I don't want to make excuses, but we said the Cats, they played last night. Jefferson hasn't played in 6 days, but yeah, I don't know.
One team's looking a little fresher than the other.
Yeah, a lot fresher.
I think that's fair to say, as A.J. Clark's, I think, took one off his arm.
But I will guarantee you, Todd Carlson will not make any excuses.
No, nor should he. Nor should the Wildcats. Wildcats better not make any excuses either. This is high school hockey, and they know they have to come out here and perform if they want to be successful this season. Got to do the fundamentals. Got to do some of the fundamentals are just lacking. Once in a while, you're seeing, Wildcat players make decisions, and you scratch your head and go, "Is that the right decision? I don't know."
A.J. Clark is over there with Clink Prong. Check that was more actually, not Clink Prong. Whatever. All the way down. Will it be an ice? Yes, it will, with 6:14 to go here in the second period. Hey, just want to mention, coming up next week, the EHS choirs and jazz bands are in concert. Choir concerts are Monday the 18th at 6 and 7 in the EHS auditorium. And the Pyramid Jazz Band concert is going to be Tuesday at 7 in the high school auditorium. The Pyramid Jazz Band is made up of students from Eagan High School, Dakota Hills Middle School, and Blackhawk Middle School.
That was a sneaky little shot. Weiler got his pad to that, but takes a couple of bounces on the way in.
6 to go here, middle frame. 3-0 Jags. And Isaac Martin, he's going to lead the Eagan rush. Cats do stay inside. Martin shot! And Weiler off of him up into the netting. Face off in the Jefferson zone. Nice play by Isaac Martin. Interesting, I'm looking at his bio here in the program. Hockey player that inspires you, Eli May. From a Wildcat defenseman. Nice. Isaac's favorite animal is a koala.
Well, if he scores a goal, we'll call him King Koala then.
Yes. It'll be a good day.
It would be a good day. Well, you score a goal. It's always a good day when you score a goal.
Good day, mate. And Weiler will put the mitt down on that one. Hey, looking ahead for the Wildcats, they're at Shakopee on Saturday. A Shakopee squad that I just saw was ranked in the top 10 this year. And then they'll be home Tuesday the 19th for the Apple Valley Burnsville Co-op here at the Civic Arena. That'll be their last day before Christmas. The Cats will be part of the 3-day tournament in Rochester the week between Christmas and New Year's. They centered in front and pinballed around. Nothing happening for the Wildcats. High off the glass. Really a souvenir there for somebody. Holman in for the Eagan Wildcats, 23 in gray. That's, I take it back, that's Wood, Jake Wood. Holman is 13. Prouty tried to control for the Cats. Eagan just struggling once again to get it out of their own zone. Wood backhands it ahead to 21 Koken. And here comes Lance Murray. Got Koken with him. Murray down deep, can't quite get there in time. Centered in front, nobody home wearing gray. Jags trying to bring it out. Fighting off the check is Kubas. But he gets hit again right below at the, just inside the blue line, just outside the blue line. Opportunity, that was blocked in front by Schmidt. Good opportunity, Jake Wood hustling through for the Wildcats. Looking for his first career varsity goal. But again, the Cats just cannot get the real sustained pressure inside the Bloomington Jefferson zone.
They've been better this period. They have been better this period, but they have not been able to sustain that pressure. As I say that, here comes Clark.
Moves the puck, and he left her over, skated it. Bottom line puck was there, picked up by a teammate into the corner. That was Moore hustling in. Clark, shot. Weiler didn't know where that was. Eddie Moore setting up a nice little screen in front. The Jags will just punch it around. Can they get it out this time? Whoa, losing a blade that time was, who was that fell? I think it was that Moore. No, that was O'Leary. 3.5 to go, second period.
Jags need to get off the ice. This is a long shift for them.
Absolutely. And it's the long change period too, this middle frame. Clark got overskated at Jefferson, will have an opportunity to get some fresh legs out. Kubas leads the rush. Far side shot. Glai watches that go by. But could Glai have gotten much further out of the net to challenge that shot? He was almost to the circle, I believe.
He was playing his angle, Mike Cook.
You could say. Colin O'Leary, the left-handed shot, is at far side. Comes Martin. What a good scoring opportunity a little bit ago, and they're going to make a change. Ultimately, we're going to have 4 fresh Wildcats out there. I think Owen Wood hopped on last time the puck went down into the Eagan zone. And past Wood, 2-on-1 for Jefferson. Opportunity, long shot. Glai is there, rebound trickles. Oh, not quite in. Nice job by the Eagan defender to keep that one out. Let's see who that was. That was 7. Blake Prouty saving the goal. Nearly 4-0 Jags with 2:11 to go in the second.
I like to see Prouty shoot there because I think Prouty, kind of, I wouldn't say kind of like when he plays captain for the Wildcat soccer team, but he has this tendency to want to distribute the puck, distribute the ball, make other people better. I'd like it when Prouty occasionally will shoot from that point. I think he's got a good shot, and he needs the Wildcats definitely need somebody to do the business for them right now.
Good battle there, 2-on-2, now near the corner, just below a bunch of these senior banners of the Eagan Wildcats, with which there are a dozen seniors on this varsity squad this year. This off would come down in the Wildcat zone. I did not see what the whistle was for.
It's played with a high stick.
There we go.
Played with a high stick.
Nathan Cron all over this one, folks.
Well, unlike a guy who has to watch what's actually going on the bench on the ice, my eyes get to float a little bit.
Let's see if the Cats can get one before the period is over. Whereas Jefferson would love to get a 4th one on the board. There's Graffin on the check for Jefferson against the Wildcats. I believe that was Clark in deep for Eagan. Turnover, they stay on sides. Long shot, Glai got a piece of that one off the stick of Barge. I will say the Cats are forcing Jefferson to shoot from way out this period, if that means anything.
Well, it's a lot better than having him shoot in tight and close. The house has been better protected.
Yep. Yeah, Glai's had definitely had some good looks. Pinching in for Jefferson. That time was Graff, junior defender, number 3. Cats all the way out. Will it be an icing? I believe it will. Arm is in the air. Whistle is blown as it's 1 minute to go. Period number 2.
Well, we talked in the into the first intermission. Can you win the second period? Wildcats aren't losing the second period, but they got to get a goal here in the last minute if they want to try to turn some momentum their way.
Absolutely. And Prong tries to poke it up, but Jefferson is right there. You're going to whistle that one back in as Schmitz. Submitted cross, try to get 2-on-2. Pass a little too far that time for Woog. Woog's going to try to finish his man off into the corner. Circles back out front, looking for the pass. There it is! And Woog gets the tally! Gavin, get that man the puck, and indeed they do.
Goodness gracious. I don't think I've ever seen a Wildcat player or teammate go for a puck so fast. Holy cow, what a goal for the Wildcats.
Jake Woog started this coming into the zone. It's appropriate that he finishes it off. And I love that. Yeah, you're right. That was, who was that? I think that was Kerr that went busting in. Oh yeah, well they're stepbrothers. So You know?
No,
I made sure he got that puck.
I have to say, I just found it funny that it was. The guy scores, and the first thing you think about is, I gotta get that puck out of the net.
Single assist to number 11, Hudson Kerr. Woo from Kerr at 16:29 of the second.
Well, you heard all that from Nick Johnson. Wood from Kerr. There was some serious excitement now for the home side. Martin, long opportunity. And Weiler hangs on to that with a mitt. Look out, Isaac Martin's going to make a run at a guy. There was a little Martin and one of the Jaguars. They hit coming down. And Martin got the worst of that, but then he made sure the Jaguar got the worst of a hit at the end.
Yeah, I think we're going to have. I think we're going to have offsetting minor penalties here.
Are we? Much. Sure.
The referee with the guy with orange on his arms was waving his arms in the air, so I think we're going to get offsetting minor penalties. At least I think we will. We'll see. We'll find out when the teams come out for the third period, because the penalties will be assessed here. You look at some of the second period highlights as Glide comes into net and manages to get his arm on that one, even though the Jags were well offside.
I think that save that we thought it should be a highlight, and then right there, Jake Wood. Bingo. You're not going to miss from there.
Well, boys and girls, if you shoot the puck at the net, good things happen. Wildcats found that out late as they could in the second period, as Isaac Martin has managed to increase the level of difficulty for the Wildcats. He's didn't drag anybody with him to the penalty box. Martin will sit by himself coming into the third period, and we have a hockey game, Mike Cook.
Nathan Cron, you're absolutely right. Hopefully everybody will stick with us. We'll be coming back with third period action. You're watching Eagan Wildcat Hockey on ETV.
Second period summary, scoring for Eagan at 16:29, number 23, Jake Wu. Single assist to number 11, Hudson Kerr. Penalties in the period, the Jefferson's number 18, Garrett Fest.
The Eagan Art House, facility that really for many years has been operated out of a 1,200 square foot house. The growth of our art programs and artists across the city and region has really created a demand for so much more. And while we've tried to use some of our other satellite facilities to help meet that demand, really the time is now to create a specialized art facility that will help meet that demand.
We've been here for over 25 years, operating as a center for art education. We see thousands of people every single year, all ages, taking classes, learning new things, making new friends, finding their creative voice, gaining confidence. So it's a really important part of our community. We merged with the city Park and Recreation Department. Before that time, the Eagan Art House was a nonprofit organization.
I started about 20 years ago. In those days, it was the Dakota Center for the Arts. It was a nonprofit organization that rented the art house from the city for $1 a year.
In the main house where it used to be living room, bedrooms, originally it was all kinds of classes, painting classes, kids camps, different media. And then the garage where we're sitting, the garage has been the pottery studio. Since that time, we started off with 4 wheels. Now we have 8+ wheels, which is how much we can fit in the space. It is a rambler house. There's only so much room in this space. We use every square inch in this building, behind the doors, above the cabinets, on the floor, underneath tables. We use every square inch we have. Accessibility is also a huge challenge here. There is really not a great way for people with mobility challenges to easily get into the pottery studio space. That is a pretty serious consideration too as we go into this new building, is to making sure that we are accessible, physically accessible for everyone too.
The art house, even though it's a specialized kind of facility, there's still something creative that can touch just about everybody. We just aren't meeting the demand that's out there right now. There's not a lot of those facilities out there to provide these programs. And so we have waiting lists for just about every opportunity that is provided in the art house. It all comes down to the community, right? And people meeting up with friends and doing things that keeps them active and thriving.
likes to prioritize sustainability throughout events in a variety of ways. This year at the Eagan Food Truck Festival, we partnered with Our Cup, which is a reusable cup company specializing in events that helps us divert any single-use plastic cups.
Our Cup's mission is to create the platform, infrastructure, and movement for the reuse economy. We offer a reuse service that's simple and convenient. We make it so events like this can use reusable cups or containers. We'll take all of them back to our facility, wash them, and then get them redeployed for the next event.
I think that that's the ultimate joy of Our Cup is helping our clients, helping these events, helping Eagan Food Truck Festival achieve its sustainability goals in a measurable way.
We are one of the first events in Dakota County that has used Our Cup at a large event. They're here on site at events to help reduce as much single-use plastic as we can, and we couldn't be more thrilled that they're here to help us this year at the Eagan Food Truck Festival.
Welcome you back inside the Eagan Civic Arena, where the Cats got one late in the second period to make a hockey game out of this one. It's the Bloomington Jefferson Jaguars 3, or Eagan Wildcats 1, as we get set for potentially the final 17 minutes of this one. Bloomington Jefferson, you see them gathered around Coach Matt Elson. Jags are going to have a 2-minute power play here as we start this third period, Nathan Cron.
Yeah, I was thinking about it, but during the second intermission, Mike Cook, I was wondering if the Wildcats have any fines, any team fines for penalties that we really shouldn't take. And I think Isaac Martin, if they do, Isaac Martin might be paying one. It's a penalty that he didn't need to take there at the end. His blood was up, his Irish was up, whatever you want to call it. He got hit, and then he wanted to retaliate, and they always get the second guy. You know how it goes.
Yeah, it was just a frustration penalty on the part of Isaac. And Todd Carlson and the Wildcats looking to make it 2 in a row. As we said, they won on this ice last night, a 2-1 victory over Farmington, scoring in the final 40 seconds to win that one. Hey, real quick before this JV was 3-3. 41-15 shots on goal in favor of the Eagan Wildcats, but ended up a 3-3 tie in that one.
Wildcats really need this penalty kill, Mike Cook, no question about it.
Lie between the pipes still for the Wildcats. Took over in the second period after Jefferson scored 3 in the first with Jack Schneiderhan between the pipes, although hard to say that any of those were Jack's fault. Just there was really good pressure by the Jags. But sometimes the goalie's the easiest position to change to maybe try to provide a spark for your squad. Here come the Jags up through center. Kubas, number 9. Got a couple of helpers tonight for Jefferson. Cast control. Hudson Kerr, kind of a knuckler, is deflected off of a Jaguar on the way through. Again, the Jags power play to start this period. Jefferson is 1 for 2 with the man advantage tonight. There's Briley Koink-Pronk for the Wildcats. Scored from about that spot last night for that game winner. Bloomington Jefferson, they're playing their first of back-to-back games tonight. Is Graff going to lead the rush? He'll just dump it in past Blake Prouty. Graff actually beats Prouty to the puck in deep. Prouty shoves Graff into the boards, sent it in front, and that was deflected, I believe, off the stick of Murray. And I believe the puck ended up in the netting of the goal.
I thought that might have been played with a high stick by the Jags.
Could have been too.
But, you know, the referee had a better look than we did, but I guess maybe it's not where the stick is when he starts to swing it, it's where it is when he contacts the puck, and that must have been below the top of the goal.
Back out to neutral. Jefferson will regroup.
Good penalty kill so far for the Wildcats, no question about that.
Absolutely. By far their best of the night on the man advantage, although we said Jefferson was 1 for 2. Long shot, and Glide, good look, easy save off the stick of Van Brunt that time. Face-off will be to the right of Glide, senior netminder for the Wildcats. Entered tonight, .853 on the save percentage. And the Eagle Wildcats are, well, that one high off the cage. Juicy rebound that came hard off the glass. And we shall play on. Jags unable to convert on the fortuitous bounce. Well, the Cats, step 1 of the comeback, they were able to get rid of that, or survive that penalty kill. In front, full head of steam coming through. This has got to be Kerr, and indeed it is. He was out there with A.J. Clark. The Jaguar player goes down right in front of the bench. That's Kerr over there. Got tangled up briefly.
Jefferson looking for a penalty there. I think what happened is the player literally just stopped in front of Kerr, and Kerr bumped into him from behind. Referee says, no, I'm not going to make that call because you stopped right in front of him.
Clark is shoved hard into the boards. Tegan Dunphy. This time we've called that name for Jefferson tonight, number 2 in blue. Jags 2-on-2. Nice defensive play that time by the Eagan Wildcats. That was 26 Ben Stanky breaking in. 13:45 to go. Period number 3. Cats down by 2. Back into the Jefferson zone. Ben Stanky just a hair offsides.
And we're going to have an offsides call here on the Wildcats. And speaking of the Wildcats, going to have one of the trio of captains here for the Wildcats, guy who's sitting on the bench, unfortunately now because of a lower body injury, Danny Lockenmeyer, joining us up here in the booth. And Danny, welcome to the booth.
Yeah, thanks for having me, guys.
Well, the Cats find themselves down 3-0. They get a goal late in that second period, gives them an opportunity. Danny, what do these Cats have got to do to come back in this third period?
I mean, we just got to stick with our stuff. I think we're kind of running around a little bit, being individuals, which hurts us as Bloomington Jefferson is playing their game right now, and you can show it on the scoreboard.
Well, there was a goalie change. Because I would say that those goals were Schneiderhead's fault, but sometimes does a goalie change for the guys in the locker room? Does it change the mentalities? Does it change something just to get something to be different for this second and third period?
Yeah, sometimes. Also with that, it's kind of like a new line change. Like one guy maybe gets benched for doing something, and then another guy jumps in. You got to make those changes when we're down in goals.
In terms of the penalty kill, they got the early penalty kill, as you see the Wildcats bring it into the zone, and a great shot there by Clark.
That's Woog.
Check it, it's Woog. It's 20. Oh, these gray jerseys. Thanks, Danny, because these gray jerseys are really hard. You can tell it's hard to see up here if they're not looking from the back. And so nice setup there by Martin. Woog's from the slot, and nice save in that corner by Weiler. But Danny, tell everybody at home, I mean, how long are you going to be on the shelf? Do you have any idea?
Our trainer says 4 to 6 weeks.
Well, let's hope it's closer to 4 than 6, right?
Yep, exactly. Maybe 3 if she's nice to me.
She's nice to you.
I need to get out here. I'm going to get impatient.
Yeah, the Wildcats need a little bit of puck luck, Danny. How good are you at rubbing rabbits' feet and counting 4-leaf clovers?
I mean, hopefully this gets a spark in them after our team talk in the locker room after the second. Hopefully that helped with the guys to light something up or have a chip on their shoulder.
Opportunity for some numbers here for the Wildcats. 3-on-2. Shot on net. Weiler down, squeezes that one. And the offensive zone faceoff will come for the Wildcats as they change up the lines. Talk a little bit about, Danny, before we let you go, because obviously it's a treat having you up here in the booth. Talk a little bit about, what you expect out of this season and what, if the Wildcats are going to have success this season, what's it going to look like for everybody at home?
Yeah, for sure. We just need to play as a team. And also consistency. We've been up and down, not just in separate games, but in games. Like this one, we had a shaky first period, and now we had a good second, got that goal back for Jake Woog, actually his first career varsity goal, which is glad he got that one in. And now we're kind of going back down to their level, and you can see they're right away in shots and also opportunities like this one.
Yeah, it gets a little disorganized down there. By the way, speaking of Woog's first career goal, it looked like Hudson Kerr broke a land speed record getting into the net to get that puck. Have you ever seen anybody go for a puck that fast?
I have not. Oh, Colin, don't. Yeah, a little stepbrother action.
Well, it's good. It's always important to get that puck. Like I said, I've watched a little bit of hockey, and I've never seen anybody quite go for the puck quite that quickly as the Wildcats send it in.
Got to keep that first one always. Can't lose that. It's like getting a hole in one and losing the ball next hole.
I was just going to say, you remember your first one, don't you?
I do.
That was here at ECA, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. So it was my sophomore year, and I got the chance to play with my brother, which was really cool. He was a senior that year. And we beat Burnsville pretty good, 8-1. Luckily, I got one in.
Danny, anybody else you want to say hi to? Grandma, Grandpa, anybody like that who's watching at home?
Yeah, of course. Grandma and Grandpa texted me saying get well or get better soon, which hopefully that is the case. And hopefully I'll be back out here with my guys.
Well, thanks a lot, Danny, for joining us up here in the booth. We appreciate it. Unfortunately, unlike the Wild, we don't have, we can't give you a gift certificate to Tom Reed's or anything like that. So we're just going to give you a pat on the back. Hope you feel better. And stop by next time. We're here at ECA, all right?
Perfect. Thanks for having me.
Thanks, Danny.
Yep, thank you.
Danny Lockemeyer, one of the Wild. See, now he's got me doing it. Eagan Wildcat captains joining us up here in the booth. Unfortunately, you heard Danny with a lower body injury, 4 to 6 weeks. Sometimes those injuries just take a while to heal, but hopefully Danny can bounce back quickly, as the Wildcats certainly could use his senior presence. That being said, Wildcats being pretty gritty here. They've shown us some good hockey here early in the third.
Absolutely.
Need to continue that moving forward.
10 minutes to go, and dare we say regulation?
Yeah, I think you could dare.
Oh, a shot. Weiler kicked that one aside from our angle. I thought that was actually kind of sneaking past him, but a harmless save as it turns out to be. A harmless shot made into a save. We're just over 9.5 to go in regulation. Kind of nice to talk to Danny about when he got his first goal. I think we remember broadcasting that game and to try and show up his brother on senior day.
I don't remember if Alex scored in. Oh, a nice tip there.
Yeah, very nice.
Is that O'Leary in front?
I think it was.
O'Leary in front with a nice tip from, I couldn't tell if it was Kerr or who took the shot from the point, but O'Leary unlucky. I mean, he just did everything he could to steer that on goal, and Weiler really had to stand, I wouldn't say stand on his head, but he really had to react quickly.
He did. Feels like the Cats are coming right now. It really feels that way.
I tell you, if they get another one,
absolutely.
Katie bar the door, as the coach used to say.
And Jefferson is definitely not making it easy, and they're just not having as much time in the Eagan zone as they had, especially earlier on in this hockey game. Opportunity in front, couldn't quite connect that time. Caden Larson was down there for Jefferson. They say that Jefferson tried to get something set up in the Wildcat end. Poked ahead, Owen Wood lost the puck at center. There's Van Brunt, tried to bring it in, but it's going to be Lance Murray.
Ooh, Lance, I'm not sure about that one.
No. Shot, that one just wide off the stick of Larson. And we've got a souvenir with 8:37 to go in regulation.
I understand what Lance is trying to do there. He's trying to jumpstart the play, get things going, but passing right across the crease like that, you heard it get tipped by a Jefferson stick. It's just, oh boy, that's the stuff that makes you, if you're a Wildcat supporter, you just kind of swallow hard and go, woof.
8.5 to go. How much of that time will Lance Murray be out there for the Wildcats? 16 and gray.
I was gonna say about 6 of it. 6 minutes of it.
At least.
Why wouldn't you?
Cats coming down, Stinky down the middle. Can they get it to him? No. Hustling in Prouty tried to get something going as he pinched in from the defensive end, but Jefferson will poke it deep into the Wildcat zone where Martin will regroup for the Wildcats. 3-on-3 coming to the Wildcats. However, they lost it at neutral. And they'll try to get things going once again. Stinky overskates it. Isaac Martin will try to lead the rush this time for the Wildcats. Isaac Martin, he'll be out there probably just about as long, it feels like, as Lance Murray might be. Called his name a lot tonight, as that of Blake Prouty.
Yeah, Martin has been good getting forward offensively. I mean, it's not to say that he hasn't had his moments defensively, but in terms of creating offense or trying to gain the zone, he's really done a nice job of that tonight.
Oh, hard into the boards. That was Jake Wood that absolutely checked from behind. Will this just be a 2?
There's no way that's going to be a 2. I'm going to predict it right now. I don't know if it's going to be a 5, but it's going to be a 2 and 10. Look at this. Yeah.
That's a hard hit. That's nasty. Dylan Smith, the guilty party.
And again, he's not trying to hurt him. You know, he's not trying to hurt him or anything like that, but he's out of control and he's coming in hard, and somehow they're taking an Eagan Wildcat here. What's that for? What on earth is that for?
It's Briley. Clink Prong. Did he do something after the fact? Well, I'm assuming so. He's in the box, but not sure.
Okay, they're going to call it
5 on the Jags.
24. Let's see, a 24. Yeah. Okay. Briley Clink Prong comes in after the play, after the Jag player who is. Let's see. Make sure I get the Schmidt.
20. Yep.
Schmidt runs Kerr, and then BKP comes in and says, how you do? So that was not helpful. So we'll skate 4-on-4 for 3 minutes, or 2 minutes, I should say.
Well, again, that's one of those penalties where if you're the Eagan Wildcats, you just can't take it. I get it, you're frustrated, you're ticked off. And it's the heat of the battle, I understand. But here's Lance Murray.
Wildcats have got to be careful here. 4-on-4, they've not been the best.
Wraparound attempt. Weiler kept that skate to the post.
But remember, it's a major penalty, which means the Wildcats are going to have a 3-minute power play once BKP gets out of the penalty box. So
and you can score as much as you want.
And you can score as many as you want. This might be this might be a real opportunity for the Wildcats. Thank goodness Kerr has looked fine as he got up.
And I didn't quite know where that puck was. Went off his glove high into the netting. That play took all of about 3 seconds.
Sorry, folks at home, if I said "whoa" really loud when Kerr got run, but what I have to tell you it is dangerous. It's very dangerous,
yep.
And so we're just glad that everybody got up from that.
Yep. Can Jefferson get it out? No, kept in this time. Martin shadowed nicely by the Jefferson defender. Prouty from way out. Either kick that one aside for Jefferson. We said 4-on-4 for another minute and change. Van Brunt, he leaves a long shot. Got that deflected on the way through, changing directions off the stick of Schmitz, I should say.
So much room on the ice for these players, all for both teams, skating 4-on-4.
Prouty going to go in deep, tried to center in front. Nobody there as Cullen O'Leary was coming down the left side. I think Prouty thought, whoa, O'Leary, big check at the Jefferson blue line. Jags wanting a penalty. We've got some extracurriculars.
And I think they're going to take them both.
Yeah, I'd like to see that again. I'm not sure.
I don't think that was honestly. I don't think it was should be a penalty on the Wildcats that initially hit.
Reserve judgment till the replay, but
I mean his arms were down.
Oh,
his shoulder,
they're going to see.
Let's see here. He's looking. He turns and sees him coming. He doesn't make head contact. No, that's a clean hit.
Did he leave the skates a little bit? I don't know. I don't think so.
I don't think so. I mean, I
think that's a good hockey hit, but
well, they're going to take them both in any event.
Yeah.
I mean, but
yeah, this is a little extra rough there. So they get them both on a rough, or what are they going to call here?
Rough or something like that. But I mean, I think Egan's going, well, wait a minute here. I guess we're no change though. We skate 4-on-4 for the next 36 seconds.
Just under 6 minutes to go in regulation. Again, Jefferson scored all 3 of their goals in the opening period. Egan got one late in the second. That was a little iron that time. Kuba's coming down that right side. I believe both those calls were roughing. All right, Cats are 5 seconds away from having a 3-minute power play, which begins actually right now. 5:25 to go in regulation.
Well, if there was ever a time for the Wildcats to break the duck on the power play, this is it.
Isaac Moore tried to get a man coming on the slot, was far side Prouty. As we approach the 5-minute mark, down by 2, do you have any thought of pulling your goalie right now?
I would say not with a 2-goal lead. If it was a 3-goal lead, I might.
I don't know. I'd be tempted, I got to admit. You have a 6-on-4, would you at least get the first one?
Wildcats have got to be moving. They're just not. There's a little too much standing around. Now they're moving.
Down low. Moore tried to get it over to 12 Martin. 2:08 to go in the major. Kerr, he'll leave it. Martin shot through traffic. Not shot well enough as Weiler able to gobble that one up. Hit him right in the chest. Hey, I want to mention I saw something on Twitter today. Today is National Hot Cocoa Day.
It's National Hot Cocoa Day.
Yeah. Didn't know there was such a thing.
Well, how do we celebrate National Hot Cocoa Day?
We enjoy a hot cocoa.
Cocoa? Okay.
I guess it depends what you want to put in it, I would guess. And we got a hand pass, they're going to say on the Wildcats.
Well, the referees had a better look than I did. I saw the hand hit the puck. What I did not see, it looked like somebody touched it after that, and it didn't look like a Wildcat player, but I could not tell from here. Unlucky for the Wildcats because they really need some zone time.
Said this will be in their own zone with 4:20 in regulation, 1:54 in the power play, the major. Kerr unable to keep the puck in the Jefferson zone. Murray will knock that one down at center, just backhanded up on the wing, near side wing. Point prong there for the Wildcats. He loses it. And Jefferson dumps it in. Jefferson able to make, I believe, a 3-player change as that puck went deep into the Wildcat zone. Bradford Jefferson, can he help get it out of their own zone? Cats keep it in. Oh, Weiler, that one trickled just wide of the cage, off the glass and out.
Wildcats have got to get one. They just got to get one.
Here comes Murray. 3.5 to go. Regulation icing on the Wildcats, and that's not what you need if you're the Eagan Wildcats.
No, Wildcats definitely need to, as O'Leary and Schmitz come back onto the ice for their respective teams. But the Wildcats have got to get into the zone with control of the puck, and right now they're not doing that.
Timeout taken, I believe, by the Eagan Wildcats, and indeed it is.
It's smart. That's absolutely smart. They've got less than 3.5 minutes to go in this game. They need 2 goals in the worst way.
I think what they realize is we need to talk about our crew, because we haven't yet to mention the all-star crew helping here tonight on the Eagan TV broadcast.
We have not mentioned our award-winning ETV crew with Josh Sibley, our executive producer, director Joe Chupik, Dalton Gruber, Tim Shinyan, Nick Mudd, Michelle Nielsen, and Willie Nielsen. Thank you so much for making Mike and I sound and look so good. You're a great asset to the city of Eagan. Thank you so much for all that you do.
And I think I can safely say for all of our viewers, they don't show us. We just have to sound okay.
Yes.
The whole look thing now.
Well, ETV has a policy of not trying to drive viewers away.
Exactly.
And the best way to do that is to not show Mike and Nathan on the phone or on the video.
That's right. Owen Pearson there on the Eagan bench. You saw Matt Elson, the Jefferson Jaguar coach, one of the assistants for this Eagan Wildcat team as we look back at the Jefferson duo. Also want to throw this out there. Sad day in Minnesota hockey history. 29 years ago today, they tried to implode the Met Center.
They tried. But what happened?
Well, about half of it went down. You know, we're here, we're playing a Bloomington team tonight. You kind of got to
mention stuff like that.
I just saw that on something the other day. I'm like, wow. So.
Well, we had to make room for IKEA.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
And the Mall of America, but yeah.
And I'm sure there's a chant about Norm that people still think around here. But,
yeah, I do.
Yeah, great hockey arena. Wildcats. Clark goes wide. Back in front. 44 to go, man advantage. Quick shot. That went just wide of the cage. Well, they're trying to get the glove out. Riley Koink Prong. Where? 3-2. Cats get one on the power play.
And I think
Lance
that's going to be
Murray. Who else?
The captain does the business. When the Wildcats needed it, it's the captain that does the business, and that's what you ask him to do when he's the captain, when he's the senior captain. And so now we have a hockey game, Mike Cook, and there's still a 30-second power play.
Exactly.
For the Wildcats. Can the Cats be smart? Can they get another one? Can they keep the pressure on, make sure when this guy comes out of the box, they don't give up some sort of breakaway?
We got 2:55 to go.
It's a hockey game.
In regulation. Yep, more on the draw. He'll win it for the Cats. Hudson Kerr's going to dump it in deep. So we get the official announcement from Nick Johnson. Eddie Moore got the assist. Cats, oh, Moore just missed top corner. Cats, by the way, have pulled the goalie. 2.5 to go, 4 seconds to go on the man advantage. Back up top, here's Moore. Jefferson back at full strength. Rebound, puck is loose. Murray couldn't quite pull the trigger on that one. Puck was played with a nice stick. Oh, what are they saying? Faceoff's going to be in the Jefferson zone. Didn't quite catch the call.
I can't tell. I think the puck may have hit one of the girders. This puck goes up high into the air, right off of somebody there, off of Weiler or somebody.
That's Weiler. How
close the Wildcats were. I don't know, maybe they're going to call it a high. I didn't see a high stick signal anyway.
I know the puck didn't get high enough to go off the girder, but bottom line, face-off was in the Jefferson zone. Puck comes all the way out. Will it be an ice? It will be with 2:13 to go. Shots 27-23 favor of the Eagan Wildcats.
Again, Wildcats not being outshot by a wide mark. They're not even being outshot in this game, Mike Cook.
No, they're not.
You know, it's not like the Wildcats are getting skated off the ice.
Jefferson clear the zone. Can the Cats keep it in? Kind of got away with one there. Was Bjorklund for Jefferson.
Yeah, Murray got hit from behind him. The referees don't want to call penalties at this point if they can help it, but he hit him from behind.
Cats far side. Riley Klink-Prong in deep. Here's Clark. All the way down. No, just wide. And it is going to be an icing. Did not go through the blue, they're going to say. So face-off back in the Jefferson zone. Eagan stays alive.
Well, I got to say, Mike, you and I have covered a fair number of Wildcat hockey games, and we've seen a couple. We've seen a few more. This is Coach Todd Carlson doesn't usually do this. I can't remember the last time that he pulled a goalie this early in a game. Let's see if it pays off.
Well, I'm sure that had something to do with that power play, but nonetheless, it did pay off. Can they get the equalizer with 90 seconds to go in regulation? Jefferson and the Columbia Blue trying to get it out of their own zone. Cats down low, center in front. Nobody there wearing gray. Cats will be forced to regroup. They set it up nicely. Look ahead, Clark, he'll just backhand it in. Cats keep the same 6 skaters on the ice. Jefferson keeps the same 5. Backhand in front, nothing doing. Here comes Jefferson the other way. Martin, aggressive play with a minute to go in the regulation. Martin shot, Weiler watches that go wide. Moore down low. Back up top, oh, didn't get good wood on it, was Martin. And in front, Weiler spinning all over the place trying to find that puck. Jefferson able to not get it out. Murray kept in. Kerr couldn't quite get there. It should be an ice on the Jags. And indeed it is with 36.3 left in regulation.
In regulation, Mike Cook. At the big end of the first period, you and I were wondering what this was going to look like at the end. And oh, Nelly, it's exciting stuff. The Wildcats, to their credit, they've really made this. They've made this extra attacker work here for them.
More on the draw for the Wildcats. Number 9, Kubas for Jefferson. Cats control. Somebody lost a twig. That was one of the Wildcats lost their stick. Jefferson's going to be content just to try to keep that puck tied up along the boards all the way down. Will not be an icing. Martin. Cats are going to have one more chance. Isaac Martin up ahead. Tries to get Clark. Clark was tied up at the blue line. Bloomington Jefferson kicks it out, and the Jefferson Jaguars are going to escape from the Eagan Civic Arena with a 3-2 victory over the Wildcats.
Jefferson ecstatic. Eagan despondent. They made a great run at the end, Mike Cook. I'll tell you, we've seen some hockey games in this building. We've called some games. We've seen Eagan teams struggle and go away. This team, to its credit, did not go away. This was an exciting hockey game at the end. It is only by, a little bit of puck luck and some good goaltending that the Wildcats are ended up on the short end of the stick here tonight.
So for Bloomington Jefferson, they improved to 3-2 on the season. That ties their win total from all of last season. My, how the mighty have fallen. The Eagan Wildcats fall to 3-5 on the season. And they're at Shakopee on Saturday the 16th. Back here at the Civic Arena Tuesday the 19th. Apple Valley Burnsville is the opponent. Eagan TV will be here for that one. And again, opportunity Weiler. That was Jake Wood with the goal. Hudson Kirk, give me that puck. Wood nailed hard. Wildcats get one off of that major power play, but they couldn't get the other one. So, unfortunately, Cats going to go up 1 goal short. That's going to do it here from the Eagan Civic Arena. On behalf of the entire Eagan TV crew, he's Nathan Crown, I'm Mike Cook. Thanks for being with us, and we shall see you next time for Wildcat Hockey on ETV.